Is BNB Chain the next Solana? Volume spiking, transactions are up 25%, and fortunes are being made. Is this your chance to get in early? Let's get into it. I'm going to show you exactly how to buy BNB, how to swap it for your soul, what platforms you can use to trade BNB, and what you should be looking at on these platforms to make successful trades. All right, guys, so today I am going over the BNB chain. A couple of people asked me about this, and it has been popping up on the radar over the last week or so. Could this be a fly-by-night type of moment? Yes, it could, but it could stick around and be the next Solana. You don't know, especially since Solana here is actually in a pretty bad downtrend as of right now, hitting that 164 mark. And this is just on the weekly time frame here, but you can see Solana's chart. We have this nice higher high, and now it's coming back down. BNB here, it still looks like it's almost holding steady and kicking back upward, but I guess we'll wait and see. What else is cool about BNB is it's 600 bucks a coin as opposed to Solana, it's $160 a coin. So there's opportunities to make a lot of money here, but you have to make sure the volume's there, that the volume sticks around, and it's not going to become like another ton or something like that. But I have been looking at the data. I'm going to share this with you really quick, and then we're going to go over how to buy BNB, how to swap, and what you should be looking at for smart money, trends in the BNB market, how to use Gmgn to actually trade BNB. And I do believe Axiom Pro and Bullx are possibly coming out with a BNB on their platforms as well. I've just been going through their Discord. So we're going to dive into all of that. Just stick with me here. But let's get started. This is the guy you want to be following for BNB. And he has been heavily marketing BNB over however long. He's trying to actually, what's super cool is he's trying to promote AI agent specific tokens here, as you can see. So people are trying to look at that some more, something to keep on your radar. Make sure to follow this guy. He promoted his dog, Broccoli, that actually skyrocketed one coin. So you can see there he promoted that. So this would be a good for your CT tracker if you do have one. If not, I do have a free one down in my description that you guys can hop into my Discord channel and try. He also is blowing Solana up and trashing them almost by saying MEV attacks rate millions from traders. It doesn't have to be this way. So he almost wants to make the BNB chain better, more legit than Solana, because he's sick of all these rug pulls probably, especially with the Libra coin that just came out, and all the damage that did to the Solana chain was not good as well. So I would say this is something to follow. Is it going to go parabolic or crazy? We don't know. We can just look at the stats and see where we're at. So here is 4.meme. This is like pump.fun just for the BSC chain. Okay. So you'll see here over the last 18 hours, look at these huge upticks in daily unique users. So we are continuing to uptick there. Same with the unique tokens being launched on the last 24 hours, 50,000. Now this is nowhere near compared to Solana. I will point that out, but you are seeing some huge spikes. So it is something to pay attention to. If you just go to pump.fun right now, you can look at total tokens launched today, 27,000, where the Binance Smart Chain unique tokens is only 50,000 of all time. So that's just to show you where we're at with things. But Solana volume, even back in October, we were all the way down here. It's still pretty high up. There was that big Trump coin that really pushed it high up, and now it's tilting back downwards, probably getting rid of a lot of retail traders, people that don't want to stay in the game, things like that. But we can also look at just simple things. So if you compare BNB chain, so weekly transactions is up 25%, 40 million, compared to Solana, like I'm saying. Solana is just huge. It's a big competitor. That's why I think they're trying to make Binance Smart Chain a little bit better, and he's heavily marketing it. You can see that. So 700 million, 21 million there. Base has been another one that's been in and out a little bit. I see it on Nansen every so often, but you'll see we're at 50 million transactions, which is about where we're at with BNB, 40 million. Could we see a big uptick there too as well? And then poor little Ethereum here down at 9 million transactions. So this is what I want you guys to pay attention to, because these weekly transactions, obviously you want volume in your coins, right? You can't be trading coins that are dead or no one's going to buy. You need buyers and sellers in order to be able to sell your coin. Pay attention to these analytics, see where it goes. It could tip any other day. This market moves so quickly in the meme coin industry. It's just something to pay attention to. If we do want to trade the BNB network, which I am going to get into, we can actually swap our SOL for BNB, or we can just buy it directly. So I'll show you both methods really quick here. BNB, you will need MetaMask to buy or swap. So if you can go to buy from Binance, you cannot actually buy BNB on Coinbase. It's not available. So if we did want to go ahead and buy, just straight out buy on Binance.us, we can do that here. You can just select buy crypto. You will have to create another account for this platform. I do go over how to create like a Coinbase account in another video. It's basically the same thing. You have to fill out your information, provide an ID, do a facial recognition, things like that. But you can go select buy crypto. You'll need USDT, I believe, in order to buy it or deposit. So you can deposit USD here or buy from your bank account. You will need to deposit some US dollars in order to buy it. But once you have those US dollars deposited, you can go here, select BNB, and just put in $100 or however much you want to buy. And it will, this button here will say preview purchase if you have USD in your account. Once you have bought your BNB, you can just go ahead, click withdrawal right here. Let's say this USDT is BNB. Make sure you select the Binance Smart Chain. Right there, it'll say BNB Smart Chain. And then you're going to need to include your address, which you're going to get from Gmgn here, because this is going to be the platform. It's the only one available right now to really trade on. I think Dex Screener is too. But these two right now are the only ones. And I personally like just Gmgn a lot better. So you can go here and you'll notice, make sure you're not on Sol, select Binance Smart Chain here, and then you can just copy your wallet address and go ahead, paste it in and transfer it and preview withdrawal. So that's how you would transfer it out at Binance if you're directly buying from there. So if we did want to swap directly, if we wanted to swap some SOL for our BNB, you could go to relay.link up here, connect your Phantom wallet. But you can go ahead, hit your MetaMask wallet if you don't already have one. And MetaMask, you can just download from the web here. So right there, I already have it, but that will usually be a download button, I believe, right here if you don't already have it. So if we wanted to swap our Solana for BNB, just make sure your wallet is connected here. So let's say I wanted to swap for my SOL for 1 BNB. I can go ahead and do this here and you'll see the price along with the transaction fee. And then this will just say swap. Now that we have our BNB in MetaMask, let's say, then you can go ahead. Let's say I want to send this. Let's say this is BNB. And then we're just going to send it over to our Gmgn address here. So you can copy it towards that top. Once again, make sure Binance Smart Chain selected and go back and send to that public address. And the asset should be BNB here and the amount you want to send. And then you'll just click send. So that is how you could bridge or swap Solana for BNB. Now that we have our BNB in our wallet, we can go ahead and start trading just like we would with Solana on Gmgn. If you guys would like a discount on fees, I do have a link below to use Gmgn and get those discount on fees. But what I usually like to do if I'm just looking to get in and out of meme coins, which is what I'm always doing, I don't want to buy and hold these things because most of them tank. But I would just go ahead, go to the 1 minute time frame, go to trending and just sort this by 1 minute transactions. Me personally, I like the more transactions, the better. You can also filter honeypots, which is pretty cool. And what you also want to be looking at here is locked liquidity. So you'll see this lock sign here to avoid any rug pulls and things like that. It's funny because I do believe CZ here, he said he was working on rug pulls or something like that. So he wants to make his chain pretty legit, unlike Solana with all of Solana's problems. But you'll see here, there's this nice overview of a degen audit. You want to make sure no honeypot, you can get scammed out a lot of money that way. Make sure it's yes verified, yes renounced, yes locked. 0% insiders is always good as well. Once again, you can gamble as you would with anything on this chain. So it's up to you how far you want to dive into this. But like I said, that one has 42% insiders. I don't know if that's any good. But I like to usually look at volume and transactions. I would sort by either one of these. These are going to be your best bets usually. You're going to notice compared to Solana, there is a lot less transactions than compared to Binance. So if we just move back to Sol real quick, and we can see, we'll move down to the 1 minute. Look, the top one here, 900, it's probably, it might be a rug pull, I don't really know, but 700, 700, 500, 300 transactions. So you're going to see a big volume shift as well. But like I said, this could be a new chain that everyone is hopping onto. Just wanted you guys to be aware of this, that you can make money here. And I've seen a lot of guys that are making thousands upon thousands of dollars right now when they're hopping on this chain. And you got to remember, BNB's coin is worth $600 as opposed to Solana coin is worth $160. There is an opportunity to make a lot of money here. Reminds me of back in the days when ETH was around 2,000, 3,000 bucks. So, but you're going to have to be aware when you're trading 0.1, 0.2 is going to be a lot higher compared to Sol here. So let's go ahead, choose Andy here since he popped up. But we can see on the 1 minute, 5 minute, and everything like that. Like I said, you can pull up audit here as well and see the same thing I showed you quickly on the side. This is probably just a better way to see it really quick if you want to get in and out of a coin. But you can go here, click audit. You can see honeypot no. That's exactly what we're looking for. Contract verified, renounced, locked. Lovely. This is all great. This is probably a good coin to trade. We're not going to hopefully not get rug pulled on it. I mean, it is 72 days old, so it's not bad either. So here you can see the 5 minute, 1 hour, all the volume and stuff like that here that you should be looking at. Once again, you always want volume on a coin. It's probably a good signal that it will show something, hopefully on the run. If we did want to make a trade on Gmgn here, you'll see this has a nice blue chip, 60%, top 10 is 7.8. Very nice. This all looks good up here. I'd be taking a look at these numbers too, especially if these are longer coins. You're going to see a lot of that on BNB right now because people are just hopping into older projects, I would say. So check the blue chip up here and check the top 10. Kind of go with, what you normally would want to see on Solana. Like this is huge for a blue chip. Probably just one to keep and hold possibly if BNB does take off. If we did want to make a buy amount here, you can select your presets down here, just like we would with Solana. You could do 0.02. And remember, you're going to want to keep these a little lower. Please keep in mind these prices will be different than Solana. So your 0.5, instead of $75 on Solana, this is going to be $300 you're playing with if you're doing a 0.5. So keep in mind those rules for yourself because BNB is a higher price token. Then also you can just do the normal things down here. Right now we don't have a lot of volume compared to the Solana chain. So usually you can keep these just auto and average. It's not going to charge you a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of sniping and fast plays going on, right? It's not pumping extremely like you see with the Solana chain where it just skyrockets back and forth and you'll see those waves. I mean, you can probably put this at like 0 and just buy it if you want to. Usually if it's a newer coin, you can just do auto and average here for the gas fees. With BNB being a higher amount, especially if you're playing with larger amounts of money, you do want anti-MEV. This will slow down your transaction. I don't think it's going to be a problem on this chain as of right now when I'm filming this video, but could become a problem in the future. But you're not going to see a whole lot of difference with this right now. If you're buying like an older coin like this, it's not even moving. I would just put 0 for all this, to be honest, and just call it a day. If it's a new token and you're getting in and out of, just leave it auto and average and you'll be fine. But make sure you got your amount set here. Then you can also search the CA via X if you wanted to do additional research on this coin. So this will give you a whole general overview. You can see who's following the coin, if they're good or not, some KOLs there. And then also, I know I did show you the trending section, which is just mainly this is easier for me to look at. I just like looking at number of transactions and volumes to get in and out of tokens. But if you wanted to view it just like you would on Bullex or Axiom Pro or something like that, if you go over to meme, you'll see for meme here, and that is basically just like pump.fun. So these 3 categories are the same as you would see here. It's just under for meme instead of pump.fun because it's the BNB chain. So you'll see like new creations here, completing and completed, which also stands for new pairs, final stretch, and migrated, or as Bullex calls it, everyone wants to call it something different. They're all the same thing. But new creations about to graduate or graduated. So they all kind of mean the same thing, but you can view that towards meme and for meme here. If you wanted to sort just by completed, you could do that even. But I'd be just looking at trending, seeing 1-minute transaction, see which ones are kind of popping up there and going from there. You can also see the number of smart traders in this, see who's buying, see how much. There's been a couple of smart traders. Ideally, we want some really big buys of smart traders. So if you're seeing a lot of sells right now, it may not be the best time, but there is also other data we can look at. There is a lot of big buys down here on this coin, so you can see that here. You could also pull up this coin in Nansen really quick, just while I have it up. Let's copy the address, search it, go to Andy. So we can see smart money wells. Like I said, this is BNB, so there's going to be a lot less traders right now, even though volume is ticking up on it. How long will it last? I don't know. Will it last? I don't know. I am not a future teller, even though we tried to be. But these are all things to pay attention to. And we can actually see the smart money amount of holders, which doesn't actually look too bad. It's ticking up, which is nice. Drop down there, but ticking back up here. This could be a good little long-term hold, which usually isn't my favorite. But you can also see now that I have the smart wallets pulled up where they bought and sold at. If you're seeing like a consolidation zone, and a lot of buys come in here, especially with smart wallets. That's something I would pay attention to. And if they're not selling, right? It looks like they bought and sold right here on that little pump. But this could be something to pay attention to as well. So I am on the 5-minute time frame just because this is a 72-day-old coin. But we can also see like fresh wallets, any newcomers in there. Guess not. Maybe top wallets. So we had one sell there, one sell there. So people just selling this off. That's why it's just consolidating and headed downhill. But these are all metrics I would pay attention to. If you wanted to do more research on BNB, I would be looking back to who first was buying this coin a week or two ago. If we just even go back to 6 days here, we can pull up a lot of these wallet addresses and see how they fared out. -35, probably not a good wallet to follow. But I would be following a bunch of smart wallets. This guy had a $14,000 profit on this. So this could be a potential wallet to follow and see on the BNB chain. He has a 50% win rate, unrealized profits, 300K. Must be rough. Life's hard, but yeah, he has a good P&L and everything like that, but you can do further research on those smart money wallets if you just click down below. Find the good ones, find the good ones with, I would say, 60-70% win rate, or if they total profit, this guy is -10K, I probably wouldn't be following him. He's made some profits, probably not too bad. Oh, that's the actual P&L, but we can pull up his wallet here. Let's see, 30% win rate, probably about average, but yeah, I'd be looking for 50% and above win rate, but you can dive through here and actually filter through those. You can do the same thing on Nansen as well. I think it's only on the paid plan, but I'm going to set up some smart alerts here right after this video, and you guys can actually dive in and get them for free via Nansen. So I'm just going to set up alerts here in a little public chat and have some CT trackers along with some Solana smart alerts for you guys, and this is all totally free. So you guys can hop in there and check it out. That way you don't even have to pay for Nansen if you don't want to, because I'm just going to set up a smart alert tracking all the smart money that's buying BNB tokens. We'll see how it goes. If we actually go back to all tokens and we select our chains on Nansen here, we could select BNB, Selectron, whatever chains you want to select, hit save. And we'll see exactly, and I have smart money turned on, but if you're on the free plan and you have smart money turned off, you can actually see the amount of coins that have been bought in the last 24 hours on BNB. So it's about half and half. It's overpowering base, which is cool. And it's either BNB or Solana, which is neat. And I think it's due to the CEO here of BNB. And he's really marketing and trying to promote this chain and saying how good it's going to be and how he wants to make it hopefully better than Solana. So it's something to watch. I would be following this guy, like I said. Let's just hop back over to Nansen. But if you're on the free plan and you don't have smart money turned on, you can easily even go down to the 5-minute here. We can sort this by volume. And you could take these trades as well. So there's just regular BNB. BTCB, but here's broccoli. Here's Captain BNB that popped up. So people are still trading this one, and this has a positive net flow, which is great. That's what you want. That's something you should be looking for, is a positive net flow. You don't want a negative net flow because that means people are selling it off. So we could pull up Captain BNB here, and I have actually seen people talking about this one on X. Paste this in. But yeah, you can see pumping up there because of that positive net flow. This could be on a run up, and a lot of these coins, you got to think, because it's early, I'm not saying this is the case, but because it is early, these could be, the WIF of BNB or the PEEP of BNB. So if BNB does stick around, it could turn up to something like that. And that is a nice big green candle there that we saw on Nansen along with that positive net flow. I would be dropping down to the lower time frames. Like I said, just tap into volume. If we unselect all these other chains here, I just wanted to see how it was doing compared to the other chains. But we can see what we should be trading here. So these would all be good recommendations here. 30,000. Dang, that's a lot. So you can see the amount of traders in it as well. Here's 80 traders in this one. That was that new one that popped up. So that one probably was a good one to get in and out of, I would assume. Just pull it up here. So we saw that in Gmgn. Carry on. Yeah, so it did have a nice pump up. Can move this down to the minute time frame. And remember, we saw this at the beginning of the video, probably around 2. Must have been like here. So it did have a nice little pump up. Like it made some money on. Yeah, a nice little 2x. Like I said, these are all things I would be paying attention to. The same that we're doing with the Solana meme coin. It doesn't change a whole lot as to what you're looking at, when to buy, when to sell. It's just the volume's going to be a lot less because it's a newer chain. You're going to have to dig in and find those smart money wallets again. Like I said, you can go directly to Gmgn and just start researching on this coin so we can see who was in it first. Here's a $300 buy one hour ago. Here's this guy. He's got a $500 profit. So these all could be wallets to potentially follow. Yeah, it's a 35% win rate. But let's go back. Let's select this $300 buy. He's made $1,000 so far. 37%. But there's not going to be a whole lot of people on BNB either. I'd be researching these wallets that got into these coins first, saving them to my watch list here. So we can go here, click him, and we can click follow. And now we're following him, so he could be a good wallet to follow and get alerts on and stuff like that. But remember, we did see this coin, like I was saying at the beginning of the video here, just by going to the 1 minute time frame, 1 minute transactions, and it had a high, yep, there it is, like number 3 on the list there. What is the baby Nero? That's 277. So it's at 1.78 million. We could type this in, copy the address, bring it into Nansen, see what's popping on there with it. Seems like a lot of transactions compared to what we were seeing with the 20s and whatnot. Not seeing any smart money buying it, which is interesting. Can see if smart money is holding it or anything like that. We have one smart money follower holding it. Could be something to pay attention to. Might be a good consolidation point to actually get in now if we move to the... This is an 88-day-old coin. Like I said, these could be the WIFs and the peeps and the pengus that we saw on Solana, but this is a nice little uptrend, a nice little pump here. See this? Nice little double bounce. MACD's bullish, everything like that. Could come back down here. Might want to wait on a little bit of a pullback, but something to be looking at. No smart traders in it. Holders is 15,000. So I'd be looking, look, blue chip is 16%. I believe that's higher than what we saw on the last coin. We check the audit. No, yes, is all good. This is a little worrisome, that top 10, but maybe it's different on BNB than Solana. You can note down all these numbers and see what's performing and what's not. So I'm just going to wrap it up here and leave it at that. If you guys do have questions about the BNB chain and want to learn more about it, please let me know. But I am going to open up the free Discord section of my group. I'm going to give you guys some smart alerts from Nansen so you can get coins to see which one's pumping and things like that. And we will go from there. See you soon.